Hi everyone, Nir Yakuti here from the Skyvrit Academy. I hope you had a good weekend and I want to wish you Shavua Tov in advance. Today I want us to cover past tense in Hebrew. If you remember previously, on the previous lesson, we have covered the Binyan PA'AL, Binyan Kal, and we learned how we can actually transform a noun, a verbal noun, into a verb. Okay, and today I want us to a little bit of learning a bit of applying it. Okay, how we can actually apply some of the verbs. Now, in case you don't know binyanim, I always repeat that, but feel free to go back and review the other lessons, and hopefully you'll get more details and information about what binyanim is in general, but I'll just kind of quick review about it. This is simply a group, okay? This is simply group, and this is the name of the group that we're going to cover today. It is Pa'al. Okay, binyanim simply means that it is a way for us to distinguish and know the difference between different groups of verbs in Hebrew. Okay, so today we're going to apply and practice the first group, which is Pa'al. This is Binyan Kal. This is the easiest group. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to understand and get the full information you need about it. Now feel free to pause and stop if you don't understand something. Always feel free to review it and replay it as much as needed. Okay, so we will start by introducing the pronouns which we are going to work with today, and this is really the simple pronouns, okay, of me, you, both masculine and feminine. Okay, so ani, ata, at. Okay, ani, me, I. Ata, you, masculine. At, you, feminine. Okay, so let's read this small short conversation between two friends, Dvir and Dani, and we will see how we can actually use this infinitive, as you can see here, lalechet, which means to walk or to go. Okay, so let's start. Shalom Dvir, Shalom Dani. לאן הלכת אתמול בערב? אתמול בערב הלכתי למסיבה. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that one more time. Follow along. Shalom Dvir. Shalom Dani. לאן הלכת אתמול בערב? אתמול בערב הלכתי למסיבה. So, hello Dvir. Hi Danny. לאן. לאן it means where. Okay, or to where. Okay, לאן. לאן הלכת? Okay, where did you go? אתמול, yesterday. בערב. בערב. In the evening. Okay, ערב, it means evening. So, where did you go? You can translate it as last night. Okay, or yesterday in the evening. אתמול בערב הלכתי למסיבה. So we know etmol, which means yesterday. We know erev, which means evening. Well done. Halachti, I went. Le mesiba, or la mesiba. Le would be a general, okay, for kind of a general term, to a party, not a specific one. La mesiba would be to a very specific party, okay, a party which I've planned to attend for, you know. So we have le and we have la. Okay, in this case, we would simply say le. This is not a specific party. This is simply a party. Okay, now as you can see here, I want us to focus here on the verbs. Okay, so the first verb we have here is, as you can see, halachta. Le'an halachta. Where did you go? Where did you go? Okay, halachta. Halachta, you went. Okay, you went. Halachta. Now, I'm going to take you to our pronouns. Okay, so you'll be able to clearly see what is it that I'm trying to show you here. As you can see here from the pronoun ata, you, okay, masculine, you can hear the sound of ta at the end. Can you hear that? A, ta, ta. Can you hear that? A, ta, you. Here, okay, we can clearly see that the pronoun is actually part of the verb. Can you see that? Halachta, ata, halachta. Can you hear the ta? Okay. And in case you didn't notice yet, you don't see the pronoun here, okay? We're not asking le'an ata halachta. We simply say le'an halachta. And the reason is that it's simply unnecessary. We don't need to ask that since the pronoun, is part of the verb already. Okay, so halachta. Okay, now same thing goes to halachti. Halachti. Halachti, I went. I went. Okay, so let's go over the pronouns again, and you'll be able to see that ani, me, I, ani, halachti. Again, you can hear the sound of I at the end. Ani, halachti. I, okay? So, ata, halachta. Ani, halachti. Ata, halachta. Ani, halachti. Okay, and our infinitive is lalechet, which means again to walk or to go. So you can literally translate it as another option of translating it can be I walked or you walked. Okay, I walked or you walked. Okay, perfect. So I hope it makes sense, and we will continue to our next example, and we'll start by reading it. Okay, Shalom Dvir, Shalom Dani, לאן נסעת אתמול בערב? אתמול בערב נסעתי למסיבה. So we can see here pretty much the same chat. The only difference is really using of a different verb here. Okay, so instead of walking or going, we simply switch the verb into linsua. Linsua, it means to ride, to travel, to drive. Okay, like literally to drive. Okay, so Shalom Dvir, hello Dvir. Shalom Dani, hello or hi Dani. לאן נסעת אתמול בערב? Now we know that le'an, by now, you should know it, that le'an means to where, okay, or where, simply, okay, to where. would be more accurate. Nasata, again, drive, travel. Okay, it really depends on the context. Okay, אתמול בערב. Okay, last night. אתמול בערב נסעתי למסיבה. Okay, so נסעת. Okay, נסעת. Can you guess the pronoun here? מה שם הגוף? מה שם הגוף? What is the pronoun here? מה שם הגוף? שם הגוף הוא אתה. אתה נסעת. Again, listen to the sound. אתה נסעת. Okay? אתה נסעת. Okay? אני נסעתי. אני נסעתי. Which means I drove. Okay, in the case of נסעתי, I drove, or I traveled to, or I in this case it can also mean I went, but it's like we're being more specific here. Like it's not like I literally walked. I took a bus. I took I took my scooter. I took the train. Okay, I took a cab, taxi. All right. So this is basically what it means. Okay, by saying נסעתי. Okay, so נסעתי. אני נסעתי. נסעת. אתה נסעת. And again, you can see here that we don't have pronouns. Why? Why don't we have pronouns here? Terrific. Because it is not necessary in past tense. Okay, in past tense, it is not necessary. Okay, specifically in Binyan PA'AL, in this particular group that we're talking. So, נסעת, נסעתי. אתה נסעת, אני נסעתי. Okay? Now, if you'll take any verb really, from this group, so for example, לקרוא. לקרוא, it means to read. Okay? So that would be, for example, if I want to ask, what did you read last night? Okay? You, okay, if I want to say you read, I would simply say אתה קראת. I read. אני קראתי. Okay? Now, this is cool because I don't have to kind of, if you want, waste time again by mentioning the pronouns over and over again. אני נסעתי. No, this is unnecessary. נסעתי. נסעת. קראתי. קראת. שתיתי. I drank. שתית. You drank. Okay, so from the group, I think this is pretty much the largest group. Binyan PA'AL, this is the largest verbs, okay, list and group that you can actually find. But and this is the easiest one, okay, so you want to keep in mind to practice it as much as possible. Okay, it's not hard, not difficult. The only thing you need to do here is simply practicing it, okay? Just reviewing it over and over and over and over again until it kind of stick and you will know how to apply it, okay? All right, now what I want us to do right now is I want us to go to the final pronoun, okay, for today, and it is at. Okay, it is at, and let's read pretty much the very same text, okay? But this time in relation to the feminine version, okay? So, Shalom Ronit, Shalom Chaya, לאן הלכת אתמול בערב? אתמול בערב הלכתי למסיבה. Okay, so we have two friends, Ronit and Chaya. Okay, לאן הלכת אתמול בערב? Okay, where did you go last night? Last night I went to a party. Okay, I had a party and hopefully she had a great time. But the thing here again is that you can see the very same sound as part of the pronoun. Remember, we're talking about the pronoun at, which means you, feminine. Okay, you, feminine. Okay, if we're talking to a woman. Okay, so halacht, at, halacht, halacht, at. Okay, and of course that I, ani, refers to both genders. Okay, so it will remain halachti, ani, halachti. Okay, at, halacht, ata, halachta, ani, halachti. Now, before we will continue to our next conversation, I'm just going to ask you, really. We have the infinitive of linsoa. If you remember that we said that linsoa means to travel, to drive, okay, literally drive, okay, in your car, to go somewhere, okay, by train, by taxi, okay. So what do you think? Previously, we've mentioned that for the pronoun ata, okay, leshem haguf ata, anachnu omrim, we say, anachnu omrim, okay, nasata, sorry, nasata, ata nasata. So what do you think would be in this case for the feminine version, at? Ani nasati. Ata nasata. At nasat. Okay, you can really hear and see a pattern here. That in this case we have halacht. Okay, in our next example we have nasat. So le'an nasat. Okay, etmol ba'erev. So you can see here Shalom Ronit, Shalom Chaya, le'an, to where? Le'an nasat, etmol ba'erev. Etmol ba'erev nasati למסיבה. Okay, so at nasat. You drove, you traveled to, you went to. Okay, now most of the time the most common uses would be for driving and going somewhere. And by saying going somewhere, it means that I know, okay, that you took, again, a cab or a taxi, or you took a bus or something like that, right? You didn't like literally walk there. Okay, so by saying le'an nasata, okay, I know that you had some kind of a transportation. Okay, you had kind of a way you used in order to get into your destination, if it makes sense. Okay, so nasat, at, nasat, at, nasat. Okay, now I highly encourage you to use other verbs as well. Just go to our Facebook page. You'll be able to find more verbs related to this group. Okay, there is a really tons of different verbs, but you can start, by practicing several verbs and see how is it for you. Like, is it going well for you, or you need more practice? So feel free to drop a visit to our Facebook page. And right now, I don't want you to feel too comfortable, because in Hebrew, as always, we have some exceptions, okay? And I'm just going to cover one exception here, for example, and this example is shatita, okay? You drank. Shatita. So we can see here from this example of shatita that the masculine form pretty much remained the same, okay? Now, by saying that this is an exception, it is an exception, but not really, okay? This is an exception for, I would say, beginners, just until you will get it, okay? I don't want you to stick too much to the sound, as you'll be able to see here in just a moment, okay? So, ata shatita. Okay, you drank. Okay, the masculine form remained the same. Ata shatita, ta. You can hear that. But for the feminine version, that would be at shatit. Okay, at shatit. So you can hear a bit of a difference than at nasat, at halacht. Okay, at nasat, at halacht. But again, this is again, I would say that inside, okay, as part of the group of Pa'al, we have more examples like that. Okay, another example is, for example, to see. Okay, to see. Ani ra'iti. Okay, I saw. Ani ra'iti. Ata ra'ita. At ra'it. Now again, this is from the very same group of Pa'al. This is the very same group that we're talking about today, okay? And the very same group as shatit, you drank, feminine, okay? But still, it doesn't always rings bell when you hear that. At shatit. Eat, at, okay? It can be quite confusing sometimes. But again, as I always say, practice makes perfect. So make sure to review as many verbs as possible. And as always, I highly recommend that the verbs that you cover, they will be part of a context, okay? Just not like a standalone verbs without any relation to anything, okay? Make sure to read it as part of a full sentence so it would make sense, okay? Your brain will process it much faster, okay? You'll be able to memorize this much faster once it has its own kind of context, okay, relation to other words. So, this is it for today. I hope that this lesson was beneficial, and obviously there are tons of other things that needs to be covered here, and we'll make sure to do so. Please don't forget to share and subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. There are tons of learning material on Facebook, so make sure to check it as well. I also want to remind you that we are starting an online live course, okay, in September, so make sure to join it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Shavua Tov, and feel free to let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I want to wish you Shavua Tov to all. Have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.